Hey guys, Shani here with a kind of different video today. I had a subscriber ask me if I would consider doing a video talking about essentials for beginner scrapbookers because she felt like she had to keep buying a lot of product to be able to keep up and make really good layouts. And I want to, first of all, I want to say that's not true. You do not have to buy a ton of crap to be a good scrapbooker. You just gotta use what you have and do what you love. So this first video, I'm gonna do like a little series because I don't have enough series going. Today I'm gonna just talk about basic like supplies, like tools that for me personally are necessities, or some of them are like just in general they are necessities for scrapbooking, like scissors and stuff like that, but just some stuff that I really like in particular that help make my layouts feel right for me, and things that I feel like are very, very useful, things that you could invest in. And nothing I'm showing you is, you don't have to spend a lot of money on anything I'm showing you. So I'm just going to go through. First and foremost, the biggest necessity, I think, in scrapbooking than anything else is scissors. And I have a lot of scissors that I love. Really, you need one good pair of scissors that you feel comfortable using. If you are not comfortable using them, it is going to be so much harder to like fussy cut and do stuff like that. My favorite to fussy cut with are either the Stampin' Up! Little fine tip, micro tip scissors. I also like the Martha Stewart micro tip scissors as well. These are available at Michael's. And I think these are like $12.99. And then you can use a coupon on them. These, I believe, are $10 from Stampin' Up! I'm not sure. I can check on that though. I also have Cutter Bee scissors, which are not super expensive either, but I use them. They're good scissors, but I use them specifically. These are my adhesive scissors. So anything I need to cut that is adhesive, I use these so that my fussy cutting scissors stay super sharp and not sticky. And then I like a big pair of scissors for big cuts because I just get really frustrated trying to cut like an entire piece of 12 by 12 with little tiny scissors, and like, no, that's not okay. I don't like that. So these are the two that I have right now. I actually have like 20 probably plus pair of these scissors. These are Hobby Lobby's. There are some in paper crafting. India's got a pair of green ones that are specifically hers. Yes, my 4-year-old likes these giant scissors. These are her special scissors, but she has a green pair. She's very good with scissors. Don't worry. Like, she doesn't cut herself or her hair or anything. She's very good and very careful with scissors. But these specific ones are from the sewing department. They are $1.99. When their notions and tools go on sale, they are $1 a pair. So I stock up because they always tend to disappear. So these are, I mean, none of these are super expensive, thankfully. These were from the dollar section, the impulse section at Michael's the other day. I think they were either $1 or $3, so they're not expensive either. So a good pair of scissors. For this series, I'm going to use these two pair. And I will show you, if I can remember, I'll show you a way to clean your scissors too. If you don't have a separate adhesive pair. So we will set those aside. Those will be our scissors. The next thing that you pretty much need is a paper trimmer. I have a lot of paper trimmers because, actually, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I have a lot of paper trimmers because I keep buying them thinking that they'll be the new best favorite paper trimmer. And really, they're all fine. They're fine. They are what they are. For a long time, I used a Fiskars with a rotary blade, and I just got to where I didn't think it was as accurate as these. I really like this Fiskars one. You can't see very well, but there's like a little wire down the middle right there that helps you figure out exactly where you're cutting. I really like that. That is like my favorite quality of this one. The only thing is when you put the arm out, I feel like if your paper goes out here, I don't feel like your paper is accurately cut because it doesn't go all the way out. Like I feel like it should go out just like that way, just a little tiny bit more. But it is a good trimmer. I've had it for years and it's great. And blades are easy to find and not very expensive. This is the Stampin' Up one. It's a newer trimmer. I think it just came out in the fall. It is really awesome. I love how wide it is because I don't always have to pull my arm out to cut anything. But the arm goes all the way out to 17 inches, which is nice too. And this one I don't feel like is inaccurate. Like it goes that way far enough that your paper, I feel like it lines up right. The only thing is their blades are more expensive because you can only order them from Stampin' Up, and they wouldn't be as bad except it's shipping, and nobody likes to pay shipping. So, but it's a good trimmer as well. So for this series, I'm going to use this one just because it's the one I've been used to using recently. Next up, adhesive. Like, absolutely must have adhesive. There's a lot of options. I can't find my ATG gun somewhere. I have one. Oh, I just found it. Hold on. Okay, so this is an ATG gun. A lot of scrapbookers really like this. It is huge and it is really frustrating to rethread, and I don't prefer it. I'm gonna give it another try soon, I think, but from past experience, it's not my favorite. But it is the most economical tape runner like on the market, because you can also get, even regardless of getting the cheaper refills, the Scotch refills, if you buy them, it's like 2 for $10. The amount of adhesive you get on the roll is cheaper than any other tape runner, even paying full price. I sat down in the middle of Hobby Lobby one day and like did the math on all the tape runners. This is by far the cheapest option. Next up would be this one. This is the second cheapest if you use your coupon and get the big multi-pack of refills. These are really good. These used to be my favorite and they were pretty cheap, and I like the size. I like how they handle. They're really good. But within the last probably year, they have changed somehow. Somehow in their manufacturing, they have changed something, and it doesn't work nearly as well, and it keeps like backing up on itself. So I do not use these anymore because it is frustrating as crap. So no to these, but similar things are great. This is the Tombow Mono one. It is awesome as well. It is the same as what the Stampin' Up adhesive was, the snail was. It's the exact same like formula, I guess, however it's made. But Stampin' Up's recently changed theirs just in this newest catalog, and I haven't tried the new one, so, but it's supposed to be better, like better even than the Tombow. These aren't super expensive if you use coupons from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, or like look out for deals, but not my absolute favorite because they do run out really quickly. I like to use a lot of adhesive. I mean, you guys know that. I like to use a lot of adhesive and make sure my stuff sticks really well. I don't want a chance going through my album and things fall out or have to go back and redo it, because that's not fun. That's not the fun part of scrapbooking. So I'm going to make sure it's glued down the first time. This is the one that I've been using most recently. I ordered it off of Amazon. I believe Michael's has one that's almost exactly like it. That's their brand. I have not used it, so I don't know quality wise if it's the same or if the refills fit in here or anything like that. But I think I paid about $10 for the gun with one refill, and then After that, the refills come like this. The one that I order from on Amazon, they will range anywhere from $6 to $10 or $11 per refill. I wait till they go down to less than $7 and then I order a couple. But they last a really long time because there are 50, is it 50 yards? Yeah, 50 yards on one refill. So they do last a while. So this is my current favorite. So this is the one I will be using, not these two. Next up is liquid glue. Here are some of the most prominent options that I've seen other scrapbookers use. This used to be my favorite, Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. This is a really old bottle because it still has the good cap that has the super fine tip. They changed it and then changed their packaging and everything, but they changed the tip so it's not a fine tip anymore. So I don't use this anymore. This is Tombow Mono, and a lot of people use this or the Tombow Mono, I think it's called Aqua something. It's like the blue one, and it's clear liquid glue. That one I've not tried, so I don't know. This one is not my favorite. I like it for specific reasons. When it dries, it stays sticky. So if it leaks out from under the item that you're gluing down, it will be sticky. So when you go to put it in a page protector, it will stick to your page protector, or it will like attract dust, stuff like that. It is really good for acrylic, rhinestones, sequins, anything like that that has got a shiny flat surface that tends to pop off whenever the glue is dry. This is really good for that. Other than that, I don't really use it. It also is not a lot in there. It goes pretty quickly, but that is what I use it for. I use it for those things that usually pop off. It is very good for that. And then this is my favorite. You've seen me use it a lot. I just pulled out a brand new bottle. Well, it's not brand new. I used it a little bit, but mostly new. It's like 90%. This is the best glue on the market, in my opinion, for my purposes. I love Nuvo glue. It's got a super tiny fine tip and it does not clog. The only time I've had it clog is one time I left it overnight and I left it like sitting on its side like that. So it dried inside there and I had to take the lid off and put a needle up that way and pull out the hard part, and then it was fine. And it still worked just perfectly. It was the bottle I just finished. But yeah, so it's amazing. I love this glue. It also dries super quickly. It dries clear. I've not had any problems with it whatsoever. It is a favorite. So this is what we're using for this series. Next up is foam adhesive. You guys, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I love dimension and texture on my layouts. So foam adhesive is a must. There are a lot of options for foam adhesive. This is your cheapest option. It comes, sorry, I'm putting the other stuff down. Comes on a roll like that. They're little squares. It is from Dollar Tree. And it is not with the crafting supplies. It is with the home improvement stuff, which sounds weird, and I don't know why. But it comes on a roll like about that big. It comes with a lot. And this is what I used to use all the time, but sometimes it's kind of hard to find, so I've switched to a couple other options as well. So that is a great option and super economical. The next option is I have bought big giant rolls like this off of Amazon. The shop I order from, you get 2 rolls just like this for, it was like $10. It lasts forever. It is amazing. It's really good adhesive wise. It's very, very sticky. The only thing that I've heard people complain about it, because they want to like do this and then tear it, but I don't do that anyway, so that's fine. I use scissors no matter what. I just don't like that torn part anyways. So this is a really good, and it honestly, it is a really good financially, it's a really good option as well, because it does last forever. But it annoys me, and that sounds dumb, but it's just, it annoys me. So the other two options that I like, and you can use any, like use what you prefer, because if you're not happy with what you're using, it's not going to be as fun to scrapbook. And that's what this is all about, is having fun and enjoying the process. These are Stampin' Dimensionals. They come in this regular size, and they come in a mini size. These are the mini ones. These are my absolute favorite thing in the entire world right now. I'm obsessed with them. I never used them until I became a demonstrator. They are awesome. They are so super sticky. They're really thin, so you can add a lot of dimension, like a lot of different layers of dimension, if that makes sense. And they're just easy to use. They're not too expensive. They're $3.99, I believe. You get 3 sheets in each package. $3.99, $3.99. They also come in black. So if that's something that bothers you, seeing white around your edge, if you want black ones, they come in a pack. I think they're $3.99 as well, but you get mini and big in the black pack. Something like that. I haven't gotten the black ones because it doesn't bother me. So the last thing, and if the black thing doesn't, if it bothers you, you won't want this thing. The last thing, this is a super economical way to get adhesive, foam adhesive. This is the adhesive backed fun foam sheets from Michaels. They are regular $8.99, and then with a coupon, they were like $5. Like a 40% off, it's $5, I think, is what it was. You get a ton. It's 65 sheets. And this is really good, especially if you want to pop up large pieces of your layout. This is amazing. You also aren't fiddling around with like tearing strips of backing off. The only thing is with this, only one side of each sheet is adhesive. So once you peel it off and put it on your photo, you'll have to use regular adhesive to adhere the photo to the paper, the foam to the paper. So, but this is a very economical, awesome way. For this series, I will be using Stampin' Dimensionals and the fun foam. Next, here, we'll talk about these. These are kind of whatever you have. I like this grid ruler. I know a lot of people like a T-square ruler so that you can make sure it's at a 90-degree angle with your paper. I did order one and was really excited for it to come, and it came broken, so I've not got to use it. So this is my favorite still. I like that you have every 1/8 inch, you have a grid so you can line things up or mark a line at every 1/8 inch. For me, I like that. It's also a 0, here, I'll hold it up. It goes 1 through 12 all the way down, but if you look at the middle line, it starts at 0 and works outward, so you can find the center of things really super easily. That is from Hobby Lobby. It's in the drafting department. I think it's either $2.50 or $3.50. I also found them on Amazon for around the same price. A pencil, super basic. I like these Bic mechanical pencils. It doesn't matter. A pencil is very helpful. A black pen. I like the Le Pens. Here, we'll hold it this way. I also like the Stampin' Up, whatever they're called, black journaling pens from Stampin' Up. Those are good. The Sharpie pens, felt tip pens are good. Really, it's whatever you prefer. Honestly, my favorite one that I've ever had are these Smashbook pens. They have like glue sticks on one end and a pen on the other. These were my favorite, but you can't really get those anymore. But lip pens, they're super cheap. I think they're $3.99 or $5.99 for like a 4 or 5 pack. They've got a little tiny fine tip. and they last a while as long as you don't like press down too hard or anything like that. I prefer a gray pen on a lot of layouts. This is just one that I have as a Staedtler Tri Plus Fine Liner. I have a big multi-pack of these, and I just pulled the gray one out because I wanted it one day, and it's become my favorite pen. And then a white gel pen. White gel pens come in handy for a lot of things. This is a Uniball Signo Broad. It is the, I think, Japanese version? Chinese or Japanese version? I can't tell the difference, I'm sorry. I ordered them off Amazon. Any version is fine, but I ordered them off Amazon and it was way cheaper to get this version, and I just can't tell what it says, so it's fine. Another white pen option is a jelly roller. These are, you can get at, actually these I think you can get at Michael's as well. These you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, anywhere like that. They are good, but they're not as opaque. These are super, super opaque. These are what I used to love forever. And I just thought they were just as good until I tried this, and this one's way more opaque. So these are what I will be using. Next up, we've got two things that are really dependent on what you want to do and what you like. These are, I feel like, necessities no matter what. If you're starting scrapbooking, these are probably things you're going to need no matter what. The next thing I'm going to talk about is punches, because I'm a huge fan of punches, and especially circle punches, and I think we can get a lot of use out of them and stretch your paper pads and your products further and be able to make more of your own embellishments if you use punches. So for my kit for this one, I'm going to use a 1 inch, a 3/4 inch, sorry, 3/4 inch, and a 1/2 inch punch, circle punch. Those are my favorite ones. I use them all the time on almost every single layout. These are my favorites. Then I also pulled out a circle punch. I mean, no, that's not right. A hole punch. I prefer my Crocodile. It looks like this as I drop everything off my shelf. This is a Crocodile. This is like 30 bucks. You don't need this. This used to be like, because everyone did eyelets, but I like it for these holes because you can go through a lot of layers of paper at once. But just a plain regular hole punch is awesome. And a lot of times you can get these at Dollar Tree or Dollar General for super cheap. Even at Walmart, I think they're still like only $2 or $3. They're not very expensive at all anywhere you get them, unless you get something fancy, and you don't need something fancy. But we'll do a lot of fun stuff like making tags and use our hole punch to make reinforcers, our hole punch and our circle punches to make reinforcers. So that will be super fun. And then little tiny shapes that you use often. These are just a heart and a star. You know I love my sprinkly bits at the end of the layout. So these will help stretch our kit a little further. So those are the tools I'll be using, the punches I'll be using. And then lastly, I am going to pull in a couple stamp sets, just because if you're investing in tools, stamp sets will go further, because you can, they are not, what's the phrase? They're not consumable products. They're like, you can use them over and over for a long period of time. I like gray ink to ink my edges of my pages sometimes on my layers. You've seen me use it, so I am going to pull that in. For inking edges, there's even options for that. You can use, just like that, like a blender that has a foam at the end. There's also, scrapbook.com has ones now that are rounded foam blenders, and there's felt ones. This is the one I like. I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was a big pack for like $4.99, and then coupon, of course. You can also just use a sponge, a makeup sponge, a regular sponge, a kitchen sponge, any sponge, and just dip it and do it like that. So that is a really super cheap, economical way to go. And then lastly, there's these little finger daubers. And I like them. I just feel like they start to peel like super fast. I think this lasts longer. But these are really cool, and you can just go along your edges with your finger. It's super easy, and you just tap and go. So there's that. For me, I'm going to use this and the gray ink. And then for my ink, for my stamp, for my ink for my stamps, that makes more sense. I'm pulling out Memento black and Stays on black. It doesn't matter what you use. You have to figure out what your preference is. These are my preference. I like Memento and Stays on black. Stays on will stamp on anything. It's a permanent stamp. It's like using a permanent marker. And a lot of people don't like the smell, but I love the smell. It's like cherry almond. It's amazing. It's got like a little piece of plastic. Keep that plastic because it will help seal in your ink pad and keep it fresh. And then it's just an ink pad. But this, you can stamp on transparencies. You can stamp on like the cardstock stickers that are glossy. You can stamp on those, anything like that. You can stamp on anything. Then Memento is just a really good, trying to think how to explain it. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied because it's getting late at night. Memento is really good for details, like getting all the little details of an image, especially on like rubber stamps. There's usually a lot of detail on the real rubber stamps that will get all of that. And then to go with my ink pads, I'm pulling in 2 stamp sets. This one I got from Tuesday Morning. This one I bought when they first came out, but I have seen it at Tuesday Morning for, I think, $2.99 as well, maybe $4.99. I just think they're very usable images, especially the hearts and stars. I think those will be good to go across all my layouts. I also love the butterfly and the flowers, so I think they'll just be really useful. So those will go in my kit. And then, oh, that's it. Is it? I thought there was more. No. Okay, that's it. So this is the tools part of my kit. Tomorrow I'm going to post a video sharing all of the consumable products of my kit, like the paper and the stickers and all that, and give you a little explanation about how I've decided to go about that. And I've also kept budget in mind and kept it to about $40 for that part of the kit. This is a different story because you have to decide what you're wanting to spend on everything. I think you can get away with getting a lot of stuff for not very much money. Especially even like your punches you can get on sale at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. And look on Amazon too, but price match between different websites and try to find the best deal. But I think you could get all of your tools for not very much as well. So I tried to keep it very small and to the minimal so that I can show you exactly how much we can get out of how many layouts and how cool of layouts we can get without spending a lot of money. I want you to know that you don't have to spend a lot of money. I do spend a lot of money because I'm a little bit obsessed and I can't stop, but we are on a no spend June and we're about a week in. So, and I've not spent anything, so yay. So this is going to be kind of fun for me too, just to kind of do something different and try to really focus on not going crazy with all of it. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and let me know. Or if you think I left something out of my toolkit, maybe leave me a comment and let me know what you think I should have added or what other people should add. And hopefully this just gave you a little bit of an idea of what is kind of necessary for you to get started in scrapbooking. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful night and happy scrapping.